Wherever you go, whatever you do, you can count on Max Force diesel engines. Max Force brings the power to handle hills. With the Max Force 11, 13, and 15, you should not downshift as you get to the hill. These engines develop peak torque starting at just 1,000 RPMs. So don't downshift until you get to this point. For heavy hauls, you don't want to drop below 1,200 RPM. Using cruise control makes sense when you're driving primarily flat roads, but may not be your best strategy in hilly terrain. Try to gather enough speed on downhills to carry you up the next, being mindful of speed limits and traffic around you. Max Force engines are designed to lug under loaded conditions. If your engine speed drops or falls below 1,200 RPM and you can see the crest of the hill, stay in that gear as you approach the top. Again, drivers will need to be patient before downshifting. Lug it down slightly below 1,100 RPM before downshifting when climbing grades or under extreme load conditions. This technique will allow the engine to stay in top gear longer while utilizing its massive torque range to keep your load moving. Plus, it helps save fuel. Once you reach the crest of the hill, it's not all coasting. It's important to know how your driving and the Max Force engine help control the truck going down a hill. Vehicles equipped with the Max Force engine brake will experience an effective and very quiet engine brake. The driver can switch the system on or off and select from 3 settings: low, medium, and high. The Max Force engine compression brake is designed to hold your road speeds when going down steep grades and ultimately will preserve the life of your truck's service brakes. Use the engine brake to avoid riding the service brake and causing brake fade. Brake fade is when the brakes heat up and the drums expand, becoming less effective and providing less stopping power. There are 3 settings for the engine brake: latched, which activates when the foot is taken off the accelerator; latched with service brake, which activates when the service brake is pressed and deactivates with clutch or accelerator; and coast, activates with the service brake, deactivates when the service brake is released. Even if the engine brake is turned off, it can be programmed to activate at excessive speeds for safety. You will want to operate the Max Force 11 and 13 close to 2,100 RPM when driving downhill for maximum engine brake performance. Downshift to the optimal gear at the crest of the hill, not when already descending. You want the engine to reach 1,800 to 2,100 RPM so the engine brake is in the effective range. As long as you are not feeding fuel to the engine at this RPM, there will be no loss in fuel economy. To recap, avoid use of cruise control on hills. Don't be afraid to lug as you are approaching the crest of a hill to allow you to stay in top gear longer. Downshift prior to descent for higher RPMs to improve engine brake efficiency. On descent, the Max Force engine compression brake can help hold road speeds.